Family, what it do? It's your girl Toot, and I am back with another video. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in. Now, this is a case that's gonna always haunt a lot of us. Kenneka Jenkins. She was a young lady who was at the Rosemont Hotel. You feel what I mean? The Crown Plaza. She went there to attend a party. Her friends was there. They said that she allegedly got inebriated. You feel what I mean? You seen her walking the halls, and then she disappears, and she's later found in a freezer, pretty much frozen solid, unalive. Now, there's a lot of different conspiracy theories when it comes down to this case. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just do not feel like this was an accident. I don't. That was just always my thing. But it's crazy as hell. The Nipsey song that was called Hotel Suite. So yeah, we're finna get into it. A lot of the supporters said too, let's do a little bit of a deep dive. So we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna just show you guys some of the things that happened from the last night that Kenneka Jenkins was seen living. Now, I did a video about this when everybody was first reviewing the case. It's on the Toot Reacts channel. Go check it out. I'm trying to get 1 million on that video. Very close to it, so go help me out. Go watch the video. But we're about to get into this one now. So without further ado, let's get it.
Kenneka Jenkins, a young 19-year-old beautiful girl, was found dead in a freezer in a Rosemont 4.5-star hotel, the Crown Plaza. She's seen on multiple cameras stumbling through the hallways. Friends called her mother to tell her Kenneka was missing. The mother informs the hotel that her daughter was missing, but they were reluctant to show her the surveillance to find Kenneka. Hours later, she was found dead in the freezer. She looked as if she was beaten and dragged to death. Clues are left behind. Since the public don't want to help, us as YouTubers has to step up to bring the killers to justice. Now, is it the friends, the hotel employees, or is more deeper than that? And did Kenneka leave any clues on the freezer walls? Let's see. Let's take a look at the last footsteps of Kenneka Jenkins here on the Kenneka Files. Let's dig it.
I always hated that. I always hated that they had footage everywhere. But the footage that the camera that supposedly sat right in front of the freezer did not work. So they were saying that they did not have the actual footage of her actually walking into the freezer. Now, there is footage when you blow up. You can kind of see when she gets into the vicinity, but you never really see her open up the freezer and walk in. And that's where the thing that was really crazy. Now, we looked at a lot of different freezers, you know what I'm saying, especially commercial freezers that be in, you know what I mean, any establishments that store food, and even in the inside of them there is a release button. But a lot of people were saying that she was so highly up under the influence that she wouldn't have known how to hit that button. I feel like it's always been some very foul play, and I'm sticking to it. But let's keep going. Now this is here. I think this is when they first got to the Crown Plaza. One of the biggest things that really disgusted me the most was I didn't like how the camera. I didn't like how the times on the camera never aligned. Even when you see from them walking to the front, from the front of the building, inside of the building, you know what I'm saying, when they were arriving, you'll see that different video cameras had different times that didn't correlate. And that was one of the biggest issues, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, that was crazy as hell.
This is around.
Now, I don't know if you guys didn't notice that, but even here, that's why a lot of people was feeling like it was a lot of things that was edited. Because even in this situation here, it just looked weird how Kenneka turned off from going into the elevator. That's why it just seemed like there was a lot of footage that was like placed together and stuff like that. It's so weird.
This is around 1:30 a.m. or so. They are partying. Everything seems good. Everyone's singing along to the music. And as you can see, Kenneka is enjoying herself as well. Let's take a look.
You ain't never seen a watch, so niggas used to wonder why y'all finna chop it out. Y'all finna get put out. Y'all get put out. What's up, bro? Nothing like my gun or something. Something nigga in something. Nothing like my gun or something. Something nigga in something.
The first debunk of this party video is supposed to be a female right there in the back with the white scarf on her head. She's supposed to have been beating up somebody, carrying them over their shoulder into the bathroom. While all of this is going on, the girl right there with the white bandana, see if she's picking somebody up or forcing them into the bathroom. Because at that same time, that's when the manager knocked on the door.
It's too late for that. Look, that what the manager. My car keys, my weed. That ain't no motherfucking match. Oh, it is a match. It is a match.
Some say, why is he pointing that camera in that direction and showing Kenneka? As y'all can see right there, Kenneka is right there with the blue jean suit on. She seems happy. She don't seem drunk. She don't seem inebriated. Okay? But let's continue and see where this goes. Because I'm going to get very detailed here. I might forget some names, might leave certain things out. Not intentional. But still, let's continue.
You know, memory served me correctly, man. We couldn't have hotel parties like that and be smoking and shit without getting put the fuck out. You feel me? Like, with all of that activity, it just makes me feel like, damn, if they would have broke the party up or something, she would have been home. Because at this particular time, when we're looking at her, she seems like completely in control of her bearings. You know what I'm saying? So we know as of right now, it is nothing wrong. My bad, y'all.
Did you say turn the music off, folks? No, I don't listen, folks. Jump out. I don't listen, folks.
Yeah. Some people is saying that that's Kenneka right there sitting in the chair. Now, I zoomed all the way in.
That's
Look
not
at
Kenneka.
the color of the shirt of the female that's being sat on. She have on like an orange or a red shirt. That is not Kenneka right there. She's not even fighting the girl off that's sitting on top of her. You can tell she's probably had too much to drink. Look at the girl that's sitting on top of her. Look at her. Look at the color of her pants. You look at the color of the person pants that's being sat on. You see her legs right there? It's black. Now, some people are saying that, oh, they changed her clothes. Can't be. Because Kenneka is in the room on the other side.
Facts.
But let's continue.
What's up, folks? What's up?
This is Eugenia Walker right here. She was killed in a car crash by this person who looked like Irene, this transgender, a couple of days after Kenneka was killed. And who was she giving water to? I think it's the girl that was being sat on in the corner. Now look at Kenneka right there. Now people are saying that's not Kenneka. They saying somebody's playing her. Now, you see why she did like that and try to cover her face is because they didn't want her moms to see her at that party. She just said she was going bowling, and the guy's going live. He's, you know what I mean? This is his live, so she hiding her face.
I wanted to play this video because it was so many different conspiracy theories when it came down to Kenneka. This video right here touched on a lot of them and debunked a lot of them, and that's why I wanted you to see it. That pissed me off so much when this case first came out, how they was trying to say that was somebody sitting on Kenneka, and it was not. Kenneka was not, and I quote, she was not faded. There were so many other videos after this, and we're going to get into a couple more lives, especially the ones with Irene, because there's a lot of people going around now saying that people owe Irene an apology, you know, yada, 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 you know what I'm saying, because there was a big thing about reflections off her glasses. And we're just going to look at it one more time. I touched on this on the video when we first started doing deep dives with Kenneka, but we can look at it again since you guys wanted to see it. But yeah, that was not Kenneka that was being sat on. As you can see, she has the jean jacket with a jean shirt jacket and the jeans, you know what I'm saying, and the blue jeans on the whole time. She was never changed. No clothes was never changed. I wish people would give it a rest with that shit.
Yeah.
Now this right here was a big thing. You feel what I'm saying? Because they were saying that you could see a lot of reflections on Irene's glasses, you know what I mean? And they're also saying that the person in the background saying they're not drunk and yada yada is Kenneka, you know what I'm saying? So you have to pay attention to the dialogue that's in the background. But let's get into it.
Yeah.
What's up? You riding with me or what? You tripping?
A little suspicion of the party, but as said in the reports, around 2 a.m. Kenneka was seen intoxicated. About around 1 a.m. Kenneka texts her friend Monifa and says she's ready to go. Reports says around 2 a.m. is when Kenneka went missing after her and her friends left the room. The friends returned to the room to only get Kenneka's car keys and left Kenneka behind. Once they came back out the room, Kenneka was gone. Let's take a look at what could have happened or what went wrong in her final moments.
Now that's the thing that will always bother the fuck out of me. I'm not understanding why it took two people to go retrieve keys and instead of just one person. If you know your homegirl is drunk, and evidently in the dialogue that we just motherfucking just listened to, she's thinking that Kenneka's drunk. So if you're thinking that she's drunk, I don't understand why you would leave her. You and your friend would leave her to go and retrieve a set of car keys when somebody could have stayed with her. It would never, never, never. I would never understand that.
Let's continue. 3:24 a.m. is where you see Kenneka Jenkins getting off the lower level elevator, which I don't know if she was aware of getting off there, or if someone in the control room made her go there. That's all for speculation.
Whatever she was, that did not look like a drunk. That looked to me like something was put in her system. It's amazing how it happened too. It had to be in a matter of an hour and a half from when everybody was inside of the room, when everything looked good, and now it's crazy. But see, you can never really tell because the time glitches, this shit glitch. You could never really know what was actual time when it came down to this video.
Let's be mindful of the time, because it's hard to believe she could walk all through the lower conference level for that long and no one managed to see her.
Period.
I believe she's been watched the majority of the time roaming down there.
Now, I just want to say this as we watching her walk through the halls. Another big thing that was also said is the red boxes. They were saying that those were heat seekers. So when the red boxes popped up, it was showing that something was there. You know what I mean? So that was another big problem when it came down, and why they was feeling like people was edited out of the video. Let's keep going. I just think it's weird that it's not one soul walking around. Not one soul. I think it's crazy as hell how there's nobody nowhere walking around.
And let's not forget, they had definitely edited this footage, a lot of this footage, especially when she's walking through this kitchen here. The arms is different, everything is different about this. But let's continue. "3:29 a.m. As you can see, she's staggering down the hall. Mind you, them stairs there was her freedom to safety. And if you really pay attention to the time,
The thing about it is, because when we did the layout of the actual hotel, right, going up those stairs would have put her right near coming out near the lobby, and it's amazing because it's just so crazy how there is no activity nowhere, nobody's seen her nowhere, and when the friend said that they only left her out in the hall for a matter of minutes. That is so to me incorrect because as we seen her walking throughout this hotel, there is no fucking way her friends wouldn't have been able to catch up with her by now. You know what I'm saying? The way it just to me it always just looked like she was being pulled. I don't know why it never seemed right the way that she was walking. Let's keep going.
you will see there's been modifications. Somebody did this on purpose. We will definitely get to the bottom of this cover-up in part 2. But let's continue.
Hold on 1 second.
The time, you will see there's been modifications. Somebody did this on purpose. We will definitely get to the bottom of this cover-up in part 2. But let's continue.
Oh shit. I did just see him edit the footage. You can actually edit the time. As you can see, it's a coffee cup right there on that thing. Now they tried to say this was the side of, you know what I'm saying, the hotel that was always closed off. But if that was the case, the coffee cup, somebody was there. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't understand how they could say this part was closed off for whatever case. It never made sense.
As you can see, here it shows she took like 7 to 8 minutes to complete her walk to get to the kitchen, when that's absolutely false. This part 1 is more of a recap to get a fresh look at it again, to work our way up to the current situation now. Now, as she walks to the freezer, that timestamp says 3:33 a.m. Well, it's about to right now. Once it turns 3:33 a.m., the time jumps to 20:34 military time. I don't know if it's 8:34 p.m. Not good at military time.
Yes, it is.
But that guy, was he really looking at Kenneka walking to the freezer?
Yes. See right here.
I don't know.
This is the footage. This is what I was trying to explain to you guys last night when we was walking through. Like, nobody never showed this nigga right here to the right because the footage always had him cropped out. You feel what I'm saying? When I tell you, bro, this case haunted me or whatever, I never understood that. And we see that somebody seen her. Because, like, look at the time hop up. And I remember this video. I really wanted you guys to see this because it just always tripped me out. I never understood that part. But let me move myself over here and let you guys see that again. But it's so trippy. But let's look.
The time jumps to 20:34 military time. I don't know if it's 8:34 p.m. Not good at military time. But that guy, was he really looking at Kenneka walking to the freezer? I don't know. Somebody has manipulated the timestamp and has confused us all on purpose. And why they did not secure and lock down the kitchen area for evidence. Those cups that's there, duster, the freezer, everything. The police purposely failed to do their job. But let's continue.
2034 isn't 3:30 a.m. and not at all. You know what I'm saying? That would be 8:34 military time. But what he's trying to basically show you is that he was able to manipulate the time as well. So for them to be able to just say or put 2034, you feel what I mean? When a man was walking out. But when you look at the area of what he was looking at, it makes you feel like it might have been manipulation. That's the reason why I was showing you. But it's definitely not the right time. But why would it be? It would be nowhere. At 8:34 military time, she wasn't even there yet. You see what I'm saying? So what was he actually looking at? And that's the questions that that we had. When I remember, this case kept me up for months. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Let's take a brief recap of how she really got to the freezer. Now you tell me, did this take 7 minutes? See, we have to retract. We have to start from the beginning to come back up. So for those who may feel some type of way that you already know this.
It was this dude who you see. He actually went to the Crown Plaza Hotel and he walked basically the route that she would have taken. And Mike Lowry, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, he broke everything down play by play, you know what I'm saying? So this is very interesting as well. Let's take a look.
Then you're not getting the bigger picture. That's fine. But just pay attention and you do your own calculations. There's no way in hell she got to that kitchen within 7 minutes. Out of all of the little obstacles she have to go through.
Facts.
Especially those narrow ass stairs.
Facts.
Let's continue.
That's the actual freezer right there. And it's so crazy because the actual cameras, this is somebody who's just walking through it. That's why you're able to see the actual freezer door very well from here. But the actual camera, you know what I'm saying, set up a little bit differently. We're going to also get into when they finally pulled her out so her mom can see her. You know, it's just a lot of things that just was so off with this case, man. Hold on, I'm gonna have to hit this music real quick. Shouldn't me. So eerie. And that's my whole point. There's just no way that the friends would not have caught up with her when it came down to so many corridors that she had to go through. The cup's still there. From when the man came and did a walkthrough. You feel what I'm saying? You see the cup is still over there. This 100 mile. We used to be up for, and this was a time when I was working still. I was working corporate for VisionWorks, and we stayed up many days. You know what I'm saying? Really just going through the whole floor plans and everything. It's just a lot of things that I feel like that Crown Plaza had dropped the ball on. Seriously. Never will understand it. Never will understand why they would have had a freezer on that had no food in it. Oh, let me bring it back to you. Now, that is the emergency latch that I was telling you guys. So basically, if anybody was ever to get stuck into the freezer, you hit that white button, you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to release you. However, when you think about somebody being very inebriated, would that be something that they would have looked for? Could have been possible that she might have been in that mug and just got stuck. But that is the emergency latch that I was talking about yesterday. It was like no reason for the freezer to be on. That will always bother me as well. What was the reason? What was the reason for it to be on? It was no food there. They were doing renovations there. It was no need for the freezer to be on. So like I never understood that part.
In the conclusion of part 1, Kenneka's death touched many people across the globe and brought fear into many homes and awareness. In her untimely death, we would like to know, was it her friends? Was it the guy in the black hoodie running? Was it Cassandra who been following them the whole damn night? Was it Maya dating the security guard? Did Maya and Monifa tell the guy with the dreads to take Kenneka's phone off the counter? Did Monifa have Kenneka's sneaker in her hand? And lastly, did Teresa Martin and her lawyers are not revealing to the public what the public already knows? You'll be the judge. Find out on part 2 on the Kenneka Files. This is Mike Larry 2010. And I'm tuning out. Loyalty gang.
Now, no lie, you feel me? These are some great videos that Mike had put together. It's so crazy because it was Mike, Zach TV. It was a lot of us at this particular time who was actually doing a deep dive with this. This tears me up completely because it is just so many different stories that had happened. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into part 2 of his tomorrow. I got some other. I'm just going play by play of what you guys had sent me. You feel what I mean? But there was a lot of shit going on, and I'm telling you, it was crazy. Hold on one second.